My name is Randy Stringer. I was in the Navy for 10.5 years. When I got out, I was a data systems technician, first class, which is an E6 enlisted. I joined the Navy back in 1977 because I pretty much needed a good job. I was 22 years old, so I joined the Navy thinking that this might be a way to go. Joined the Navy because they gave me a chance to become a computer repairman. That's what I wanted to do at the time, even though computers were the size of cars at that time. That was my goal. I got automatic advancement to E3 or E4 out of A school, and then of course advanced quicker up the pay scale. Went through the Suez Canal, was in the Indian Ocean, went to the fjords up north. We were down between Cuba and Florida during the Cuban flotilla, where they were letting all the people out of Florida, and they just had to jump on boats to get across. And so we were basically the ship in the middle to pick them up. And, it was the best thing for me. I mean, I'm not saying it's the best for everybody, but for me, it was the best thing I could have ever done. I chose to go there, and I did it on my own, and I did it because I felt I needed to do it. It helped me personally, but it also helped me, in other areas of my life to know what exactly it's like to be a United States citizen and what we have to do to keep that alive. Once you've been in the military, it's always in your blood. You know, some of us don't like to walk around and brag about it, but you know what? You play the Star Spangled Banner.
My name is Maria Roberto. I was an E5, a sergeant in the Army National Guard in New York. I did 20 years of service. It was a wonderful experience. At the time, I was young when I joined the military, and I felt like I needed a sense of direction, and I felt that the military would offer me that, and at least an opportunity to then take the time to not only obtain some really good training, but then also to decide who I wanted to be. In the military, my job was as supply sergeant. So as a supply sergeant, I had to, request uniforms for incoming soldiers, organize the training, and maintain the barracks. And I had to make sure that all the soldiers got fed and paid. And that was really the two main, responsibilities there. Through my experience with the military, I was able to, the training was unbelievable. And I know some people think that maybe being a National Guard soldier, is not the same as being active duty. And there are some differences. However, you wear the uniform, you get the training, and then when Desert Storm started to happen and they needed more troops to get deployed, they counted on the National Guard. Then all of a sudden, the view of the National Guard changed. Not only do they defend the homeland and are called upon within a matter of minutes, and you have to just drop everything and get ready to go, but now they were counting on National Guard soldiers to also go for long deployments overseas. And they were side by side to active duty soldiers. One of the greatest obstacles I find in the military, it takes a very strong family to be able to stick together through a deployment. So as a mom, myself, my son was my priority. You start to build strength within yourself that maybe you may not have otherwise. You start to believe in yourself, and that just makes you a better human overall.